If you're in Seattle, and you need to buy or sell a home, we'll be right there for you. Because we're the realtors that you can trust. So go to ronanddonsitdown.com.
You're listening to The Ron and Don Show on the Ron and Don Radio Network.
Hey, you guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Friday edition of The Ron and Don Show. We are back.
Live
Oh, we are what?
in the Les Schwab Studios.
Yeah.
What's up, Ron and Don Nation?
I think I screwed
You pointed
that up.
at me.
I think I screwed that up.
Keep rolling. We got it. We're good. Good
Anyway,
momentum.
hey, on every Friday we do a real estate only show, and we take about 15 minutes. We talk about something that we're learning, and also today we're going to talk about one of our homes of the week. So if you've been thinking about buying a house down in Tacoma, we have a house that we just got the inspection back, and the inspection was perfect. We've never had a perfect inspection out of the hundreds and hundreds of homes that we've inspected. This is pretty incredible. Get to that in a moment. Before we get to that, though, let's get to this. In fact, Matt's going to throw this up on our screen right here, right now. Matt, thanks for doing that. I got a message from Andrea the other day, Ron, and I wrote something back to her, but I want to get your thoughts. And it's about Vashon Island. And on Vashon Island, she wanted to know, she said, hey, Don, I have never seen so many homes for sale on Vashon Island ever. And I've lived out here for decades. And if you look at this map, there are a lot of homes. I think it's about 52 homes that are for sale on Vashon Island right now. I wrote her back and I told her what I thought, but I want to know what you thought. And no peeking at what I wrote because I put it on Facebook, and that would be cheating, and I would like credit for my own work. So
Yeah. I don't know if she watches real estate week in and week out, if she's lived there before the internet era. There could have been many times that there were this many homes for sale on Vashon Island. It just jumped out to her this time because maybe the way it was displayed on, Zillow or something like really popped for her. So there's been lots of times where there's been many properties available on the island. But I think right now why it's happening in Seattle is a narrative that we've talked about a bunch, and it goes back to remote working versus working in the city, in my mind, because Vashon Island is one of those neighborhoods or suburbs, if you will, of Seattle that became very appealing to people during COVID. And so there were some really big firms that said you can go work remotely now, and people took that seriously. And so they went out and was like, hey, let's move to an island, let's move to Gig Harbor, let's move to I know people that moved out of state that still want to do it. And they said, hey, once or twice a year, we're going to have to come back and do like an all hands meeting, like when Microsoft will, rent out the baseball stadium, and they have a staff meeting, if you will, there. And Steve Ballmer runs around and screams. Those are the things. I'll fly back for those. But otherwise, boy, it'd be really great to buy a house in Michigan for 1/3 of the price and be near our family. And so that happened a lot. And so if you went back and she pulled up that same map from 2021, there was probably every house escalated on Vashon Island. And so now a lot of those people are being called back. Microsoft has a 3-day-a-week mandate, I believe. Amazon's also up to 3 days a week mandate. I have a very good friend that works at Microsoft. He will go by, and I hope this strategy worked for him. He'll go by late at night and just clock his badge in and stay for 5-10 minutes and find a different door to go out of, so he doesn't clock in and out of the same door, so that it shows up on his stats that he clocked in.
It's called badging. They did that at Amazon for a while, and then this tech company called Amazon, you're not going to believe it, they figured it out. So now when you badge in, badge out, you have to show that you were there for at least 6 hours.
Yeah, so like I think the reason why you're seeing a lot of homes right now is people are going, okay, the rumors are the Fed's going to lower the interest rate, and we need to get back to the other side because it's going to be too much of a hassle to do this. And I feel for people who believed their boss and made steps like this. And I also feel for these companies that go, Yeah, we saw an uptick in productivity at the beginning of COVID because there was nowhere else for people to go, and now long term that hasn't held. So we want to reestablish our corporate culture.
Yeah, we saw it earlier in the year. We had a home that was for sale over in Port Ludlow. It was really hard to get people to come look at this house, and it is a really cool house. Had incredible views of the Sound. It's a very big house. We've done a lot of work to this house.
2021.
And we were on the market, I think, at $750. In 2021, it would have sold for $1 million.
There would have been a line around the block.
Yeah, and we were on for a while in Port Ludlow. Port Townsend seems a little different because you're closer to the ferry up that way, and then also Port Orchard. But let's see what I wrote her, because I wrote back to her, and I said... Hey, Andrea, thanks for writing. A lot of tech workers moved over to Vashon, Port Orchard, Port Campbell, Port Townsend, Camino Island. Amazon called them back. Now so is Microsoft. Sounds like, did you read what I... Anyway, we wrote offers on a lot of homes during and after the pandemic. These people all work from home on the island. Now those workers have to come back or they'll lose their jobs. And tech jobs are in the tank. So working from home, it's drying up. So now, well, people are heading back if they want those jobs. Prices in Seattle on the east side with their turnkey properties, they've actually never been higher. Just my thoughts as a real estate investor, broker, and all-around American badass.
If I was a coder for any of these companies, I would be in the office 5 days a week because I would want to show that I know AI is coming. I would want to become indispensable and be seen around the office as like, hey, Ron's here in the office. He's problem solving. He's coming to the meetings. He's contributing in other ways besides just coding. Because if you're just sitting there coding, that was great for a long, long time. Not great anymore.
Yeah. Did you read what Mark Cuban said? In fact, what he told, he has 2 kids that are graduating from college. He has 3 kids altogether. And it looks like he's going to make a run at running for the presidency, which I don't think that's going to happen for him. But I think it's going to.
You never know.
I think he's going. I think he's going to take a run at it. It's interesting though. He said with his 2 kids, he said when he was giving them advice about finding a job, which if you're Mark Cuban's 2 kids, I think that's pretty cool that you have to go get a job.
Yeah,
because you probably don't have to. But I think he's raised them in such a way where it's like, hey, you're on your own, go. So. Mom and I can't be a backstop with our billions of dollars for the rest of your life.
I'm sure they might.
He told him this, though. He said, don't go get a job with a big company. Don't go with an Amazon or a Microsoft. Because when it comes to AI, even if you get a job now, that job won't last very long. Because AI is replacing those jobs every day, and they're doing that quickly. He said, find a mid-sized to small-sized company. Be an expert, because they call this the AI generation. Be an expert in AI and teach these small to mid-sized companies how you can help build those companies into bigger companies by being an expert in AI. He said that's where the jobs are in the future if you're coming out of college. I think
he's
pretty smart.
Mark Cuban reads voraciously about all this stuff. I mean, there's a reason why he's become as wealthy as he has. And it's surprising. Well, let me ask you this. If you were him and your first company made tens of millions, if not $100 million, I think tens of millions of dollars. His first company, not Broadcast.com. Broadcast.com was his second company. Would you have continued to grind like he did? Or would you have gone, hey, I'm young, I'm fun, I'm having a good time. Maybe I'll just have $100 million in the bank and go live my life.
I think he did all those things. I used to play basketball with him in Dallas, like pickup games, basketball, and I played it like as football, and so did he.
He's a good basketball player.
He's a very good basketball player. And this is when he owned the Dallas Mavericks, so it was weird that he would show up at our gym. He'd come to my spin class sometimes, and then, in fact, one of our old producers actually ended up working for him after we left Dallas. I think there's something to, like, even retiring when you were talking about men earlier and things that are good and bad for men. I don't think retiring is a good idea. I think transitioning to other things that you're interested in, and they say a man should have somewhere between 5 and 6 hobbies, right? And I think for a lot of guys, their job is their hobby, and so when you let go of that hobby and you just sit at home and you don't know what to do with yourself, it seems like women figure that out pretty quickly. Guys struggle with that. So I think even when it comes to real estate, I'll always have my hands in real estate to some degree, and also in helping kids, doing social work. I'll always have my hands in that, trying to help kids and do social work and other things that I'm interested in, and working out and traveling, so on and so forth. But I think that does make sense to me, because I don't think money was the motivator for him. I think it was his curiosity. I think curiosity really drives him. And then when you have kids, you want to be a good example to your kids, and you don't want to just sit at home on the couch. You want them to have a work ethic, and in order for them to have a work ethic, you have to model that for them. So
Yeah, I think it's wise advice. I think that
my advice or Mark Cuban's advice?
Mark Cuban's advice and your advice.
Thank you.
I think he could have a viable chance at national office. If Gavin Newsom runs, we'd have to figure that out. But I think a lot of people Mark Cuban would be very appealing. He's a very good spontaneous speaker. He can point to this pharmaceutical company that he started to give people lower drug prices. Like, he has enough bona fides that are adjacent to politics that I think he could be an appealing candidate.
Yeah,
I really do.
yeah.
Him and The Rock. I'm not even joking.
I hear The Rock is up for like his movie that just came out is supposed to be outstanding.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, that he got a big standing ovation at one of the
I was
festivals.
about to say he's up for a Grammy Award.
I didn't even know The Rock sang.
And then I was thinking Emmy Award. No, that's not
Academy
right.
Award.
Academy.
I don't know if he'll be an Academy.
I don't have all the awards down like I should.
Yes.
Before we get out of here, we got a home of the week down in Tacoma. Ron, what do we got here? Matt's going to throw up some pictures. Hey, you guys, if you've been looking for the perfect house in Tacoma, this might be the house, because according to our investigator, John Langmeyer, who went out and inspected this home. In fact, he inspected it this morning. He said this might be the perfect house. And the thing that I love about this house, this young couple, they built this house to live in it forever, raise their family, and then all of a sudden he just got transferred to Boise. Otherwise, they were planning on living, working and playing in this house for decades. So this isn't a house flip. When you go and you look at the way that this Craftsman house has been built and the things that they've done inside, she's an interior designer. In fact, I showed some of these designs to our architect that's over in Kirkland. It does very high-level stuff. And he looked at it, his partner looked at it, she looked at this, Jenny, and said, wow, this stuff is so on point. And this is exactly what is happening when it comes to renovations right now in the housing market. And they took this to a whole different level. If you look at these pictures, and where are you going to find a house like this for $849? This is our home of the week. It's outstanding. And Ron, this thing even has a hot tub, doesn't it?
It does have a hot tub, and look at these photos. Look at the listing. It's in a great part of Tacoma as well, very close to 6th Avenue and Proctor. And the thing that I like is, I don't know how to say this kindly, so I guess I'm not even going to try.
Say it in Spanish.
Not every person has good taste. All right, or has
I can't believe you just said that. Ron, you're so shitty.
I know.
Wow.
So
what rough language.
This
on the Real Estate Only podcast. I cannot believe your tone.
This house is dripping with good taste. And so, like, there are times where you go into a house, you're like, woof, the red carpets, and oh, wow. Like, you just see things where it's just not on trend, not tasteful. I could go on and on and on about the good taste in this house.
What did you write? Because you always write cool things about this house, and they also sent us a page about what they love about the house. So we'll make sure that we put that up for you too. What was the description of the house that you wrote? Ron's really good at this.
Well, actually, I collaborated with them, and they did most of the writing on this because they love their house so much.
Okay.
This custom-built modern Craftsman combines timeless style with thoughtful design and high-end finishes. 100% true. The open floor plan is a showstopper kitchen with quartz countertops, cafe appliances, and ample storage. When people want to hang out in the kitchen, if you're an entertainer, this is the kitchen you want to have. It's amazing. Yeah, it's cool. The entertainer's kitchen flows into a spacious dining and living area with sleek fireplace and built-ins upstairs. So the thing I liked in the design is The public spaces are all downstairs, private spaces are all upstairs, and they're equally well appointed. Upstairs, the primary suite has a retreat-like bathroom with soaking tub and double vanity. Down the hall, you have 3 additional bedrooms, deluxe bath, a large laundry room upstairs. Most of the time, the laundry's downstairs. It's a pain in the butt when you got to carry it up and down all the time.
Thanks for
especially
not
with
saying
kids.
ass, because that would be
You're
inappropriate on the real estate only.
Relax in the backyard hot tub and enjoy your morning coffee in the covered front porch. Garage has an EV charger. You're minutes away from the freeway and Tacoma's favorite spots like 6th and Proctor. They even have this covered seating out back that has mechanical louvers.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's hot outside or raining, you can have them closed. If it's sunny and you want a little sunshine, you can open them up.
Yeah.
It's a very well designed house.
Usually we stage all our homes. She staged it.
Yeah,
And I don't know if we have a stager that we have a really good stager. I don't know if our stager could have done it
looks
this
beautiful.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, you guys. This house is on for $849. If this house was on Queen Anne, the Queen Anne neighborhood that I live in, you put $1 million in front of that. This would be on
Easy.
for $1.849. So this is on for $849,000. This thing is a gem. You've never seen anything like it. Never. I never have. It's a beautiful home. It's our home of the week. And if you would like a personal viewing of the house, call Ron, because I'm not driving down there, right? Give you a call?
Perfect. Call me.
No, give me a call, because I'm down there a lot. We'd love to take you and show you this house. We'll even jump in the hot tub with you.
That would be fun.
It would be.
Open house with the open hot tub. Let's do it.
Yeah, so anyway, make sure that you check that out, all right? Hey, you guys, thanks for listening to this episode of the Ron and Don Show, Real Estate Only. We also have a home, by the time you hear this, that is on the east side right now. We've been working on this house for a long time. It's a Bellevue horse property. It's at 16...
Bridlewood Circle.
Bridlewood Circle.
And Bridle Trails.
And there's only 16 homes in this circle. And there's a lot of old growth lumber, a lot of cool horse properties, a lot of modern homes. And you're in Kirkland right next to all the riding trails and the national park over there. And it is a really fun, dynamic property.
Yeah, it's one of the most sought after neighborhoods in America. And so really, really great opportunity.
Yeah, so reach out to us on that too. All right, rondonsitdown.com if you need us. Buying, selling, investing, we are here to help. Don't forget, every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you get the Ron and Don Show. And then on Friday, bam! Boom! Do I have any sound effects with the band and the boom?
You just
I
did
gotta do
them.
my own. What am I doing that for?
I have a Ron and Don
I
show.
just hurt my hand. Anyway, anything else?
Nope.
Matt, anything else? Any mail coming in? Next week? Okay. He's nodding his head, so he's out of here. Okay. And in the meantime, you keep your head up and your shoulders. Oh, thanks to Matt and Grace and Charlie the dog and my son Gunner. He's Ron. I'm Don. Until next time, keep your head up and your shoulders back. You! Matt, you're supposed to point at me. Oh, sorry. Been listening to the Ron and Don Show all day! You're supposed to point it with your other finger. On the Ron and Don Radio Network. Sorry, you guys, I was a little screwed up, but that was... What were you doing down on the floor just now?
Well, that's it. Show's over. We'll see you next time on the Ron and Don Radio Network.